You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the Thursday episode, as always, of the Impact Implosion. I am your host, Seth Draken. As with me always is my co-host, Mike Poland.
Hello, everybody. And I see the chat's full this week.
Yes, the chat is full this week, so that should be pretty fun. We had some Bound for Glory series matches.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Unfortunately, thanks to my computer, I lost them.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You told me earlier that it was James Storm and Mr. Anderson somewhere.
Yeah, at Hamilton, Canada, James Storm and Mr. Anderson had a draw. 15-minute draw.
Which makes sense, because you don't really want Storm to lose, and I guess I don't know what that does for Anderson, but you don't want Storm to lose right now.
But we also had Robbie E getting beaten up by Samoa Joe,
as he should.
As he should. Robbie E will always be a failure to TNA. always, forever and ever. He's basically this company's basic
what was that?
loser. Now, Christopher Daniels actually beat Kurt Angle at a house show.
Really?
By countout, yes. So Daniels does have 5 points.
They didn't show that on the leaderboard.
No, but he had 5 points. Let me check the other. I'm looking at all these people. Mr. Anderson's has that win over Daniels last week, and
he has 9 points.
Yeah, 9 points. Kurt Angle has 10 points, thanks to that submission.
Joe has 10 points after winning tonight, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Actually, Joe has had at that point
17 points. He had 17 points.
He had 17 points at that point. He had tapped out I think it was one of either he had tapped out somebody, and then he had tapped out he had pinned Robbie E, and I'm trying to remember who the other guy he beat. Actually, I believe he beat Mr. Anderson, so
alrighty.
So yeah, Samoa Joe had 17 points.
He's apparently facing Kurt Angle at Destination X.
Oh, he is? Interesting. And
I saw that announced somewhere, Lords of Pain.
And James Storm has 36 points.
But if they're doing the X Division title tournament, maybe they'll hold off on that until next month. Till August.
Yeah. So basically, that was all that had happened during the Impact, during those house shows.
During Impact?
No, not during Impact, during those house shows. So basically, we start the Impact show because actually there's no TNA news. Surprising.
For once.
Yeah. We start off with Dixie Carter backstage with AJ saying they're glad they got that whole thing off their chest. And AJ says that tonight he's going to put the nail in the coffin and get some justice.
Is he going to hire Joseph Park?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to hire Joseph Park. I hope he doesn't try to get any hard justice or hardcore justice.
Or Sid Justice.
Oh, God. Let's not talk about Sid.
Anyway, we have our first match, which is RVD and Mr. Anderson.
This was sloppy.
I think I skipped through this because I was... Oh, sorry.
For these two guys, they looked like they didn't even know where the hell they were.
They don't have chemistry together, I don't think.
So this just looked like a mess of a match. RVD wins with a roll-up.
Yay! Just to make it even. He got beat by a roll-up last week.
No, last week Rob got beat by Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
Oh, yeah, Twist of Fate.
Oh, yeah. Then we had Austin Aries.
I love this segment.
Oh, yeah. Him and Rude going back and forth again. And Rude basically is a complete dick about this.
I'm loving the build to this match to pay-per-view.
Oh, I am too. Rude is being a complete arrogant, and who's used to just having people just basically say, you shouldn't be that arrogant and stuff. Aries is like, well, what are you going to do about it? I'm that arrogant too, you son of a bitch. You want me to get out of your ring? Make me. I say this is my ring.
And then they tease a brawl and Rude leaves.
Yeah, Rude leaves. This, and me and Stevie talked about this. This is how you book pro wrestling. These two guys literally want to rip each other's heads off. We had basically these two guys are just going to kill each other at Destination X, and you want to see these two fight. And
I think Aries might actually win the title here. I think Aries might actually win the title and hold it for a month. And then Rude gets it back.
Aries wins the title, or the next pay-per-view I think is No Surrender. But I think Aries winning the title. Then there's Destination X, and then there's the next one. I think Aries winning the belt
Justice
here
is the next
would be a good move. Or Hard Justice.
It doesn't mess up anything in the Bound. It doesn't mess up anything in the Bound for Glory series because that's not for another couple months. And you have Aries win and hold it for maybe a month or two, and then Rude gets it back before Bound for Glory.
Yeah, and Rude gets it back.
And it's a nice little thing for the X Division a little bit since it's the X Division show.
And also, Aries is just so hot right now.
Yes, they need to strike where the iron is hot with this.
Yeah, you got to strike really quick with this one because Aries the crowd loves him. He is over as anything right now. So Aries may not be your Bound for Glory guy, but he can be the Mick Foley to The Rock.
Yep.
We have a segment with Dixie Carter and Claire.
Ugh.
Yeah, Claire says Daniels and Kazarian took private information and twisted it. Yeah, basically now it's coming out that whole phone conversation was altered.
Yep.
Which makes you wonder why they didn't just say that to begin with. Still doesn't explain the kissing photo. But then again...
We were kissing because,
we don't know. Anyways, we had an X Division match.
Featuring the returning Sanjay Dutt.
And Rubik's, who, if you are an indie fan, that's Jigsaw.
Is Jigsaw. That's the first thing I thought. Is that looks like Jigsaw.
That is Jigsaw. And this match was freaking awesome.
Could have been longer.
This is what we remember from the X Division back in the day. This is why we love the X Division. Stuff like this. Good wrestling. Yeah, there's high spots. Yeah, they do flip. But you know what? We get good wrestling in the end. And that's all you can ask for.
I would love to see more Jigsaw.
By the way, Sanjay... Oh, both these guys I think should be signed. Anyway, Sanjay Dutt won with a vicious, that spinning DDT, and then a vicious moonsault double foot stomp.
Is that what
I said that. That's what it was. He moonsaulted and then did a double foot stomp.
Did you, oh, that's what they're calling it. I just called it the moonsault double stomp, but anyway.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Next up we
had Samoa Joe versus Bully Ray.
Bully Ray.
I believe that's what was next.
And this was good too. Yes, this was good.
Oh, this was very good. Very well paced. Bully Ray working a lot on Joe's arm instead of Abyss showing up.
Match. Joseph.
Joseph Park showed up and basically slapped Ray while the ref didn't see this. And Bully Ray is so outraged by this, he does not see Samoa Joe come into the ring and lock him in the Kikina clutch. Ray has to tap. So Samoa Joe gets 10 more points.
And then Joseph gets the microphone.
Yep, and challenges Ray to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we had Claire Lynch again telling her side of the story. And that the phone call they heard was for her husband's birthday party.
Of course.
Yeah.
Always better to backpedal.
Yeah. Then we had Kaz, who basically is pissed at Daniels that he'd been doing this. He's like, dude, I screwed my relationship with AJ and you give me lies? So yeah, he was pretty pissed. And Kaz even goes to Hogan's office to try and get the match called off because he wants nothing to do with teaming with Daniels. But Hogan's like, dude, I booked the match. You two are wrestling. You got to do it.
You got to do it. Sorry, dude.
Got to do it. Sorry, dude. Take responsibility. Then we had Madison Rayne go up to Garrett Bischoff and says she has a crush and asks Garrett what he is like.
What?
Yeah. Garrett looks confused. Madison whispers in his ear. Garrett looks surprised and says, good luck with that.
And while they're off camera, he does the crazy signal.
Yeah. We then go to Brooke Hogan, who's having Miss Tessmacher as the new direct auto person.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Gail Kim comes in, makes rip jokes, and Brooke Hogan
we have a match next week.
Says next week, Gail's getting her rematch. So yeah, next week.
Yay!
Then we had another X Division match
between Rashad Cameron
and Mason Andrews. And
this was okay.
I actually like this match a lot, and I actually not as good as the Sanjay Dutt Rubik's match, but this was actually pretty good. And once again, the X Division was shown was at the forefront here. And when I forgot to mention when Aries was talking, he said there's going to be a tournament.
And this is what I was mentioning. This is what I was mentioning earlier because I read that there's a bunch of matches signed for Destination X, and if they're doing this tournament, and doesn't that throw that all out of whack? Because I don't think they're going to do a pay-per-view with 15 matches. Yeah,
there's going to be an X Division tournament, and the winner gets the vacant X Division title.
Right.
Anyways, if you are all wondering, Rashad Cameron is, as CR pointed out, Black G's from CZW, and as I've pointed out, Mason Andrews is Scorpio Sky.
I've never seen CZW, so I don't know who Black G's is, but I do know who Scorpio Sky is.
This was a very good I thought this was a very good match. I'm sure you thought it was okay.
It was fine, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, Rashad wins, and then says he's going to be the next X Division champion.
Or just limited in the first round, because I don't think he'll be I don't think they'll go with somebody different. I think it'll either be Sanjay Dutt or they'll probably throw Kid Cash or Robbie E in there for some reason.
Yeah. Then Hulk Hogan has a phone call and tells James Storm that Sting is getting better, but they need to find out who attacked him.
So why is he talking to Storm?
Well, Storm and Jeff Hardy are in the room, and he says next week those two are wrestling.
Okay, that's fine.
Hogan, Jeff Hardy versus James Storm.
That should be fine.
That should be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory series match.
And now we have the gut check.
Yeah, the gut check. We had, and this was interesting because I had been telling everyone that I didn't think Taylor deserved a shot. I mean, didn't deserve it. I thought she wasn't ready yet.
She's not ready.
Yeah, I said she wasn't ready, but anyways, we get to Taz saying yes. Then we were about to get Al Snow's vote, but Joey Ryan is in the crowd.
Hit me, Taz, hit me.
He's telling Taz to hit him. And they basically end up throwing Joey Ryan out of the building.
Again.
Yep. Anyways, back to the gut check. We had Al Snow saying what I thought, she just isn't ready yet. So Al says no.
And then Bruce Pritchard being very contradictory of himself throughout his speech.
Yeah, says he isn't too sure about her, but he wants to give her a chance. So he says yes, and Taylor Hendricks has been given a contract.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I'm not sure you're ready, but I'm going to give you a shot anyway.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, I'm not really sold on too much on her, and I didn't like her promo. I didn't, so...
Her promo was fine.
It's fine. It didn't move me.
She'll do fine. I can see her having good matches with Gail Kim and probably Tessmacher eventually.
We'll see. That leads us to our main event. The Tag Team Championship match. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian teaming, regrettably, against the champions, AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. And I like the way this match was paced. This match really was good and told a great story. Basically, throughout the match, AJ and Kurt were dominant. Kaz and Daniels were not getting along. It seems that Kaz is going to let AJ finally just beat the crap out of Daniels, but Kazarian basically screws AJ. And then we find out they had been working together the whole time. They'd been playing everybody. So we have new tag team champions in Kazarian and Daniels.
That's not the only thing we find out.
We also find out that Daniels says that Claire is a bit pregnant, and the bastard's daddy is AJ.
So he's still the phenomenal adulterer. It's just not with Dixie.
And Dixie probably said the quote of the night, and you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I heard. I didn't hear that.
No, she said that in the crowd, like, this? You gotta be fucking kidding me with this.
Duct tape?
So, yeah.
Are you serious? Really? Duct tape?
Yes, I am,
that was
Dave.
the end of Impact.
A good show this week.
Was a very good show, I thought.
They're building up to Destination X quite nicely.
Oh, yeah. Very nicely. It's one of those pay-per-views you actually would consider buying, because they actually did it. They're booking a pay-per-view.
For the first time in years.
Yeah.
They're just throwing stuff on there.
And then WWE's like, we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Punk versus Bryan, go out there.
Yeah, go out there for the millionth time.
Cena and Money in the Bank.
Yeah. But you know what? This is going to be really good for TNA right now, and hopefully next week they will do it once again. That they will hopefully once again next week deliver a great hit on the pay-per-view. Well, with Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to plug?
As a matter of fact, I will, and say that on July 28th, Chikara will be debuting in Portland, Maine, and they announced today that the Grand Championship will be on the line as Eddie Kingston battles Sarah Del Rey. As well as...
Interesting.
I'm surprised they're actually doing it this quick. That's something they could build, but anyway. And then also, they have the Young Lions Cup continuing, and IWE's own Jive and Jimmy will be in there, along with Kobold and two others that haven't been named yet. And the Young Bucks will be on the show, as well as Team Fist, the Throwbacks, the Colony, and a lot of others.
Should be very good.
Yes.
And I forgot to call this TNA episode. I'm going to call this TNA episode Wrestling.
And also, my normal plugs, July 12th, Pro Wrestling Maine back in Winslow this time, featuring Carlito taking on Mike Bennett with Maria Kanellis as the referee, as well as a ladder match featuring Die Hard Eddie Edwards, Cameron Matthews, Mark Moment, and formerly of Jersey All Pro Wrestling, Danny D'Amanto. I believe JAPW is closed, I'm not sure. I thought they had their last show earlier this year.
Oh, that's too bad if they close down.
Yeah. Also, July 13th, IWE in Cornville, featuring the Bomb Squad versus Team Heart and Soul, featuring Jay Gillette versus Shane Marvel, and The Regime versus the Tenacious 2. And then on July 14th, it is IWE back in Brewer, featuring The Regime versus Team Heart, the Regime versus the Bomb Squad, featuring a blast from the past as Jay Gillette returns to battle Ricky Williams, aka Mr. Canada. And the main event is a tables match as Sonny Lozelli takes on Jive and Jimmy for the television title. And then IWE will present a Super Juniors tournament along with Pro Wrestling Maine on August 12th, featuring Die Hard Eddie Edwards on the show, as well as Chris Hamrick, as well as former NWA On Fire champion Julian Starr, ROH talent Matt Taven, as well as who else is on there? Cameron Matthews, Jay Gillette, former 3-time NWA Junior Heavyweight champion Jason Rumble, Celtic Connor Murphy, and a whole host of others. As a matter of fact, 3 others to be named. And I think that's all I have.
Well, actually, I have no impact. I have no plugs.
No plugs.
No plugs.
Oh, plug. Well, I guess that's a wrap for this week, then, isn't it?
I guess so.
We will see you all
next week for the Impact Explosion.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Night.